Okay, today I thought we'd talk a bit about how to be a good stepdad. It's very difficult in this day and age to be a good dad, let alone a stepdad. And when you take that role to be a stepdad, the dynamics are all of a sudden are changing, and you can feel quite lost within that role. So just a few tips today on how you can be a good stepdad. Firstly, it's very important to get to know the child. So before you go racing in there, full guns blazing, and moving into the house where the child is, or wherever, or bringing the child to live in your home, which is a very foreign experience to that child, you really need to take time to get to know the child, so she feels somewhat comfortable being around you. Then I guess you've got to let the child get used to the idea. So preempt with the child before you move in, or they move in with you. Preempt the idea that possibly your mum and I may move in together at some point. So that way they're already starting to process in their mind, and it's not just a big surprise. Wow, look, I'm here. You don't want that. So allow the child time to get used to the idea that this is the man that may possibly be becoming my stepdad. It's very important also to define your role with your partner. So what role are you going to take? Now that's a very broad range. What I find is probably a good rule of thumb is that the discipline, especially in the early years, should be carried out by your partner. The reason I say that is because if you go into this new relationship and you're living there with this child, and you start to be very firm and start to dish out the punishment, you're opening up yourself to the child saying the old, "You're not my dad, you can't tell me what to do." And that's just going to strain that relationship. Excuse me. Going to strain that relationship much more. So it's always a good idea in those early years until the child gets used to you being that authoritative figure in their life, and that can take some years to do. So it's a good idea to have the partner be the authoritarian. Doesn't mean you don't stand together on decisions. If the partner is chastising the child and handing out punishment, you can be there and be nodding your head and in agreement. So then there's no, the child's not trying to divide and conquer between the stepdad and the mother. So it's still very important that you stand together firm as one team when doing this, but the partner will be the one to actually decide the punishment and to dish the punishment out as such. So remember, it's going to take time, so don't try and force it. It takes time for everybody to gel together in a new family, especially for children. I mean, after all, no one ever asks a child, "Oh, do you want me to come and live with you? Are you okay with that?" No one ever does that. It's just, well, very rarely anyway. So it's usually just something that, mum says, "Well, hey, I've got a new man, he's going to move in with us. Hey, I'm happy about that." But the child isn't always happy about that. So it's really important not to force the issue. And it's really important that as time goes on, that child is feeling very safe and secure and of course very loved, not by just the mother but also you as the stepdad. So when you take on that role, it's a very serious role, and you're not just taking the mum on, you're also taking that child as part of your new family. So it's very important for the child to feel those things. And of course, one last tip that's very important is never put the child's father down in front of the child, or anywhere where she may be able to hear you saying it. So if you're saying it, you might think it's a private conversation with your partner. Children have ears and they do listen, okay, even when you think they're not listening. So never really put the child's father down, even if he is a loser and he does all these things that are not good. Never say that to the child, because the child will then feel, the child's actually going to still feel love for its father, and when you put that child down in a way, or that child's father down, in a way you're putting the child down. So that's how she's taking it, and it's not making her feel very well at all, or that child feel very well at all. So that's just a few tips on how to be a good stepdad. It's a big challenge, so good luck. Hope you can find a way to make it all work. And if you like the video, hit the like button, leave some comments for me. I'd like to get some feedback about it, you know, what you think about this video and any other videos you might like me to make. Also share the video and hit the subscribe button. Have a good day, everybody.